I don't know about you, but whenever I go looking for bamboo farms that aren't based on flying machines, some iteration of this design is what I find. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with it, it definitely gets the job done. But this design has all of the pistons firing together, which feels slightly inefficient. Not to mention that this can be rather noisy when you scale it up, especially if it's close to where you spend a lot of time playing. So I was wondering, can we improve on this design? Can we get these pistons to fire one at a time? And can we make it so the bamboo spends more time growing taller so it gets harvested less often and therefore makes a lot less sound? The answer, my friends, is yes, we can. The first thing I needed to do was check out the bamboo page on the Minecraft wiki and find how tall the bamboo can grow, specifically the minimum amount, which is 12 blocks. And of course, the first thing I did was actually double check and confirm this is correct. Something that really helps with this is speeding up the random tick speed. So let's go from 20 and multiply it by 100 to 2000. Now our bamboo will grow super fast. And having conducted many tests, the minimum height here is 12 blocks. That is where our observers are now going to be placed. So it is from here that we need to get a signal downwards to our sticky piston. And we're going to do that with something really inexpensive, which is the wall block. And then we're going to place a trapdoor onto the wall block like so. Notice how when I first place it, nothing changes. But then when we activate it, it will change the shape of the wall. That's what the observer's going to do. And so we're going to detect that change down the bottom here with an observer on the underside of the wall. Now all we need is a block here and a block there. And now this thing is doing exactly what we want it to. Now, before we scale this up, there's a couple of things I need to point out. The sticky piston is necessary because we can't put an observer on the side of this block to detect the change because it changes the hitbox of that block. So if you didn't want to use a sticky piston with a block in front of it, you would need 2 observers at the bottom. And if resources are a major concern, you could actually wire it up like this, where one piece of bamboo activates all of the pistons at the bottom. You could actually have 29 of these pistons hooked up to one detection system. In order to scale this design, we need to add some blocks or glass behind and in front of the bamboo. So I've gone ahead and stacked this design so that we have 23 slices of it here. And a very important detail, the wall must extend by an additional slice at either end of this section at the back. So you can see the extra wall on this side and you can see it over here. It's very important you have that because without it, the ones at the end won't actually function correctly. So there you go, you can have a farm that activates the pistons individually and also about 12 times less. And there's a couple more details that you should know about. Mud blocks will actually let hoppers below them pick up the items that land on the surface. That's why we've got a chain of hoppers down here, transferring the bamboo to the chest at the front. And it is also possible for a bamboo item to fall onto a bamboo block, but when the bamboo grows again, it will push it off to the side and still get collected by the hopper. So that's about everything you need to know. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly different approach to a tutorial. I wanted to kind of give you the full understanding of the farm and the tools to adapt it to your own needs. So if you don't want to use sticky pistons or you want to use less observers, you now know how to do that. Alright, so thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel to catch more Minecraft videos. Bye bye.